For the past few days, I've covered Typhoon Haishen and as it strengthens into a super typhoon, then starts to weaken as it approached Japan and South Korea. The whole time, the reason why I've been covering this storm was because of its potential impacts to land, and by extension, people. Now, this threat has come to fruition, as Haishen, while quite a bit weaker than it was at its peak, is making a close pass with the Japanese island of Kyushu, and landfall on South Korea isn't far off. Now, before we get into where Haishen is, what its forecast track is, and its possible impacts, I would appreciate if you would like the video, subscribe to your channel, and turn the notification bell to stay tuned for future content. Also, in case you're wondering why I'm recording in a different spot, there's something going on in the room where I usually record, so... Okay, so where is Haishen right now, and how strong is it? Well, it is currently a strong Category 2 equivalent storm just west of Kyushu's southern tip, and should continue to move to the north-northwest over the next couple days as it makes landfall on South Korea. The track forecast has continued to narrow, and landfall near the southeastern tip of the Korean peninsula is now the most likely scenario. As a result of this, instead of simply tracking up the entire peninsula, it is now expected to briefly move over the Sea of Japan before it makes a second landfall on the North Korean coast. All the while, Haishen will be steadily weakening, with it being a low-end typhoon at the South Korean landfall and a moderate tropical storm at the North Korean landfall. As a result of this, impacts will be less severe in most places than initially feared a few days ago, especially in the western parts of the peninsula. By the time Haishen reaches the Chinese border, it will likely be a low-end tropical storm, and that's if it hasn't dissipated by then, and said dissipation is likely by Monday night or Tuesday morning. Now, what impacts can the area expect? For starters, Haishen will be a strong typhoon as it makes its close pass with Kyushu, but the mountainous terrain on the island makes pinpointing exactly where the heaviest wind and rain will occur difficult. On a very generalized level, the western coast will see typhoon-force winds and heavy rain, while areas further east will see weaker winds and less rain. As for the Koreas, a landfall on the eastern coast of both countries, as well as the passage over the Sea of Japan, will make it so that western cities on the peninsula, such as Seoul, will see significantly less wind and rain. On the other hand, eastern cities will likely see stronger winds and heavier rain, and areas further north can also see less severe impacts because the storm will be weakening as it moves in that direction. Busan will likely be the hardest hit city, as not only is it close to the site of initial landfall, it was also close to the site of where Typhoon Haishen made landfall just last week. Now, regardless of location, however, tropical storm force winds and moderate rainfall are expected across the majority of the peninsula, with typhoon force winds likely in the southern and eastern regions of the peninsula. And that concludes this update video on Typhoon Haishen. As always, I'd appreciate if you would like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay tuned for future content. Thanks and have a great day.